All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up to the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. Up. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin. Upward movement in Doge. Dogecoin. 42.60. All eyes on Doge. Dogecoin.
Hey everybody, Chris here. Welcome on a Monday. How's everybody doing? I'm doing all right. We're holding on. This is not a Dogecoin chart. So don't worry. Doge isn't crashing. This is not a Dogecoin chart. But yeah, Doug. Oh no, Mr. Bill. For anybody who holds DEX. That's right. DEX. This is the DEX chart, not Dogecoin. But there's a reason I'm starting with this. And the reason is what I've been talking about for the past week, and especially the last few days, leverage. This dump happened solely because of leverage trades. The DEX protocol didn't crash. It wasn't hacked. There was nothing going on with it. It was just a normal day of trading on DEX, right around $14, $14.20, just a normal trading day. And then somebody comes along and says, I am going to leverage trade the heck out of DEX. And they opened up a series of 12 long leverage trades between $600,000 and $700,000 each, with a liquidation price of $12.22. And they did it on Binance. Was it on Binance? Binance, Bybit? Maybe it was Bybit. But look at that. It's over $7 million in a series of leverage trades, long leverage trades, on this thing called DEX, D-E-X-E, DEX. It's a top 100 cryptocurrency. Random that they would pick this thing that was just going sideways. And the price started going up, and it went up to about $15 because, you know, all of those trades, right? Buying. And then look what happened. It dumped. And it liquidated, well, in the past hour, $8.5 million. $8.5 million of leverage trades on DEX. Who does this? What did this guy think that he was going to get doing long leverage trades on this random crypto that's had no volume of trading whatsoever? And he opens up this $8 million long in a series of all of these leverage trades. And guess what happens? The market makers go, let's go get that guy. Thunk. Not only did the price go down below $12 to liquidate him, but anyone else who was holding this thing thought it was crashing to zero, and so they started selling. So there was mass selling of this thing, down 33% now. And that 33% fall is in like an hour. It just happened this afternoon. Boom. It's like, who's doing these long leverage trades, especially on this thing? Yeah, random degen gamblers, exactly. Just why this thing? Why did they pick this thing? I have no idea. Yeah, they literally targeted him. Exactly, Vic. The market makers were like, wow, look at that. $8 million, let's go get that. So anyway, this is, you think you can be smarter than these guys? I covered this in detail yesterday in my live stream. Went in detail what or how risky leverage trading is. Because the exchanges and the market makers see your trades, they see your positions, they see where you entered, they see your liquidation price. They see it all. And this is what happened on this one. So you wonder why prices go up and down. This thing, there was nothing about this DEX protocol that there's no news. It didn't get hacked. There wasn't any, it didn't like go down, stop working, or anything like that. Nope, just a random day. And somebody thought, I'm going to make some money on this thing. And the market makers were like, nope, nope, not today. Oh my God. Here's Doge over 19 cents. You know, it's just kind of going sideways, up and down. Not a lot of movement in Doge. Not a lot of movement in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's at 104.5, going sideways. But what's going to happen to Bitcoin? What's going to happen to Bitcoin? James Nguyen has another open long leverage trade. His liquidation price is 103,600 now, because he opened up a little more margin on the trade because it was initially 104. And then, yeah, he opened up some more margin and he dropped it. This is on Hyperliquid where he's doing this. And he was like, they're coming for me again. He added more margin at a lower price. And now his liquidation price is 103.6. So Bitcoin's most likely going to go to 103.6. It just, and right, because it's just hanging right now. It's just hanging here. 104.6, most likely. At some point in time, probably tonight, maybe they'll wait for the Asian market to hit. But it's going to be trapped here going sideways, I think, until the dump. And the dump is going to happen. Most likely, that's what's going to happen. So, I'm the best. We're not comparing Doge versus Pepe or Doge versus Sheep. We're not doing that. Everybody wins. Okay? Everybody wins. So here's Doge just hanging out, going sideways. Doge, XRP, Solana, they show a price bottoming. Bottoming. How's your bottoms? Right? Are we bottoming? Are we bottoming? Bitcoin traders remain optimistic, but that is as soon as they flush out all that leverage. The ones that know. Others are just like, oh, how come Bitcoin isn't going up? That's what my video this morning was about. Did you see my video this morning? That was a good one. That was a good one. Who's selling their Dogecoin and who's selling their Bitcoin? Because prices are going down, they're not going up. So somebody's got to be selling. MicroStrategy just bought a crap ton more Bitcoin. Metaplanet just bought a crap ton more Bitcoin. 21 shares just bought more Bitcoin. They're all, or not 21 shares, just 21, whatever Jack Mallers' company is that he called 21 or 21 something, right? Bitcoin, because he's going to do this Bitcoin lending thing. So he needs to buy Bitcoin. So they're all buying, right? We've got all these other countries buying. We have other companies buying. So who's selling? Because you would think with all of that buying, the price of Bitcoin should be skyrocketing. And look at it, just dropped this morning. Leverage trading. It's all boom, 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 boom. Drop in the price to wipe out leverage trades. The exchanges have more Bitcoin than you have. The market makers will use that Bitcoin to drop the price to take out your leverage trades. And that's it. That is it. Are we bottoming? I say we got to get rid of that leverage as much as we can. Flush it out. But the gamblers are going to be gamblers, and they're just going to keep betting on the price to go up. Like they have unlimited funds, and eventually they're going to hit it. Trade tensions, macroeconomic uncertainties, but long-term optimism remains with increasing institutional interest in crypto. So we will look for the Asian morning hours tomorrow to see whether that recovery starts, because I don't think it's going to be tonight because of the leverage. So Dan Crypto says, look, we got two choices from here. What's your plan for the month ahead? Dan's got two choices here. From here, we can do the red line, which means we're going to go up and then down, or we can do the green line, we're going to drop lower and then come up higher. In the end, we may end up right where we are at the end of the month. We may just end up right where we are. With eyes on the strong monthly statistic, I'm looking for either of these two scenarios. They can go lower and then move up, or go higher and then move down. None of them are going to be a full month-long thing. So it's either going to be a bull trap or a bear trap. That's what he's thinking. You saw my June price prediction video for Dogecoin, right? You guys all saw that one? So you know where I stand in terms of Doge. But then Dan Crypto goes on and says, look, he shows the heat map and he says, look, seeing Bitcoin traded roughly sideways for the past 2 weeks, there are a ton of positions that have built up on both sides, both the long side and the short side. That means there's a lot of fuel when price starts trending and breaks out of this local consolidation. Longs down at 102, all the way down to 93K. But the shorts from 106 to 112 are big. Zero Maze says, look, coiled spring vibes with all that leverage stacked up. And these shorts here, they're winning right now. Crypto Rover says, look, we've got a triple bottom on the alts now. The alts are showing this triple bottom pattern. Every time the alts start to go on a run, mainly on the backs of ETH, then it turns around, Bitcoin takes over, alts drop versus Bitcoin. Are we seeing this next move? Is this going to be the one for ETH? Leading alts. I'm saying that's not going to happen until Dogecoin. And we're going to need Dogecoin to go up to lead altcoin season. That's what I think. Dogecoin holds above 18 cents. Analyst predicts a 2x rally ahead. It'd be nice to get out of the teens, get back up over 30 cents, wouldn't it? No, Bitcoin dominance had to hit 60%, and it did that. Nobody says dominance has to hit 70% now. 69 is a favored number, but Dogecoin led altcoin season in 2021. It did. As the crypto market sees top altcoins in a weak position, Dogecoin is trading at 19 cents. Last week, the largest meme coin fell nearly 14%, extending its intraday decline to 1869. So 1869 is now our support. Dogecoin is expected to sustain support at this crucial 23.6% fib line, 1869. So that's the key number to watch for support. That is the bottoming. The bottoming. Dogecoin right now is at 1923. So we are safe. However, if we do see the dip to take out this James Wynn liquidation, 1036 on Bitcoin, then Doge from here would probably dip to 1869 again. So if you've got any dry powder, right, got any cash, Tether, USDC sitting on the sidelines, that's what you want to watch for. You want to watch for the dip. Now, is it guaranteed there's going to be a dip? I don't know. This guy's got a big target on his back. And if he's got a big, I don't know how much his latest trade is. Is it 40 million or is it another 100 million? I don't know if he said. Yeah, I don't see it. 40 million, 100 million, whatever. There's a target there. At 1036 for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's right now at 1049. So that's a big drop. Again, probably Asian market overnight. That's when you'd be watching for it. If you're going to bed tonight, maybe you set a limit order to buy at 1869. I'm not financial advice. I'm just saying that's the kind of thing that you might expect to happen. And then on this morning's video, I touched on Trader Allen here with his parabolic curve, which in my opinion is pretty silly. We're not going to go up that same parabolic run like we did in November of 2024 off the backs of that Trump presidential win and Elon starting Doge, all of the hype around that. And he even shows it with this curve going up, showing that it'll even be a greater percentage gain. And I'm just like, yeah, come on. Or we got this one from Trader Allen, which I also showed this morning, was this MACD, what he calls a golden cross. It's just a crossover. Powell spoke 4 hours ago or 3 hours ago. Ali, he didn't resign. All those stupid rumors. Remember, someone came on the stream yesterday and says, rumor, Jerome Powell might resign on Monday. And I was just like, don't be just spreading rumors. It's dumb. There's no fact behind it at all. He later sent me on X, he sent me a link to someone else who said it. And that someone else who said it, there was no links to anything. And there was no, it was just like a rumor. And all of a sudden that rumor spread that Jerome Powell was going to resign today. And it was just like, no, he's not going to resign today. So dumb. That's how dumb X is too with this whole rumor thing. Just anybody can start a rumor. Anybody want to start a rumor? We can just make something up and we can all just start posting it. And pretty soon it'll spread across X, whatever this rumor is. And I was just like, Lark Davis, right? He did this, right? Rumors are floating. Trump wants Powell out. Powell could resign soon. And this is Lark. I mean, Lark falls for all this stuff, but Powell could resign soon. What do you think will happen today? Will Powell resign today? And I'm just like, the dumb all content creators who promoted the Powell is going to resign rumor are what? It's just like dumb. It's dumb. More exciting though was BTC Izzy here, Isla. She and her gang were, after the Bitcoin conference, they went to the Grand Canyon and they stopped at this gas station in Arizona, and there were these Bitcoin ATM machines. There were these Bitcoin ATM machines there. And she goes up to the guy working there and says, "What about these Bitcoin ATMs?" And he says, "I don't know. A couple of weeks ago, someone came in and installed these 2 Bitcoin ATMs." And she was like, "Do you own any Bitcoin?" And he's like, "No." That's so typical. But there's these Bitcoin ATMs sitting there.
That came in a couple of weeks ago and installed it, and now we're just using it.
Hey, we love it.
Thank you.
Yes, you have Bitcoin?
No, I don't.
No? Yes. 2 Bitcoin.
No, I don't. But yeah, it's this random gas station, and there's these Bitcoin ATMs. So I'm like, hey, you know what we should do? Someone needs to start a Dogecoin ATM company. Any ideas who might want to be involved? Maybe House of Doge? Want to start a Dogecoin ATM company? Get your Doge. Oh. So yeah, this other thing about this crossover, yeah. That's Dogecoin. Meanwhile, the latest on the heat maps. Let's get up to date. What's going on? Looks like they just took out a short on Bitcoin at 104.9 on Binance, $45 million. They got that one right there. More big shorts up here at 106 up to 107. See what Doge looks like on the heat map. While we're here, we can always come back to these. Probably not much happening on the Doge side. I took out a few shorts up here. There's all these longs down here, though, right where? 1860, right? So if there's a dip to 1869, they could start taking out all of these leveraged longs down here. Huge short position up here at 19.7. That bright yellow line, 19.7. So crypto ATMs pay store owners $500 to $1,000 for having them in their stores. You own a couple stores, you got offered to have the ATMs in there. Seems odd that this random gas station in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, would have 2 Bitcoin ATM machines. That's odd. What's the rumor, DW? KrissPax announces he has a new Doge ATM deal with the world's largest banks. We got to get some seed money to start the business for Dogecoin ATMs. That's what we got to do. Convert your fiat to Doge. Convert your fiat to Doge wherever you are. Nah, bad rumor, Mr. Cheyenne. Bad rumor. Raul, good afternoon. The Bitcoin ATMs, there used to be a bunch of them, and then they all kind of disappeared. But now they're coming back. So Bitcoin is now back in The mainstream, I guess. Nope, I'm not on WhatsApp, Nicholas. I am not. Scammer. I'm not on Instagram. I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm not on Telegram. Scammer. Be careful, Nicholas. Be careful. All right. I'm here and I'm on X. That's it. That's it. The real rumor, BlackRock has moved a ton of Bitcoin to Coinbase. No. Coinbase is the designated holder for the Bitcoin ETFs. They're the custodial for the Bitcoin ETFs that iShares and BlackRock host. Okay? They sell when people sell the ETFs. They buy when people buy the ETFs. They sell and they buy OTC, over the counter, not on the market. It's all OTC stuff. Okay, inflows and outflows. That's all it is. BlackRock doesn't own a bunch of BTC on their own. It's all on behalf of their clients. Okay? That's not a real rumor. Oh, it's Pax Cat that's on WhatsApp. That's who you were talking to, Nicholas. You were talking to the cat. Oh. Everyone liked the stream. Thank you, Ryan. Abraham, how are you today? Can you please explain how the heat map works? Sure. So this is the Dogecoin current heat map. So there are certain exchanges where you can do trading with leverage. Some call it futures, some call it open interest. It's essentially leverage trading. You're betting on a future price. And you're betting on it with what they call leverage, or it's not just a 1-to-1, it's a 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 5-to-1, 10, whatever you want to set, whatever your risk tolerance is. Okay? Like if you think Dogecoin is going to go down from here, you could short it. And you could short Dogecoin also at leverage, so that if the price goes down, let's say it goes down 2 cents, right? And you would normally, based on that trade, maybe make $100,000. If you did it with a 2x leverage, you would actually make $200,000 because you'd be able to double the amount of in the trade based on that kind of leverage. All right. And then what happens is when you make that trade, looks like you're going to open that trade right here. Let's say the current price is 19.2. There's going to be a liquidation price that is set that's going to be somewhat higher than 19.2. Maybe it's at 19.5. And then it will show up on this heat map, which will show that liquidation price. The same thing happens reverse. If you do a long, like you think Doge is going to go up from here, and instead of just buying and holding like most of us do, you're going to be a degen gambler, and you're going to say, I'm going to make double my money, so I'm going to do a 2x long from 19.2. The exchange is going to set a liquidation price, maybe down here at about 18.7 from 19.2, depending on how much leverage you use. And then it'll show up right here as a color, because all of your trades are public. When you trade with leverage, any open interest trading is all public information. So the exchanges see it, the market makers see it, they see what you're doing. And your trade would show up right here. If you do a long leverage trade here, then your liquidation price, which is lower than the current price, again, if it's 19.2 now, maybe the liquidation price might be 18.7. If the price of Doge drops down to 18.7, it takes out your trade, you get liquidated. Basically. Now there you can set stop losses and you can do other things depending on the exchange what your risk tolerance is, how you're doing, all sorts of variations to this thing. That's basically how it works. Okay? Good luck. I do not leverage trade. I will not leverage trade. I will never leverage trade because I don't want my exchange taking my Dogecoin from me. I do not want my exchange taking my Dogecoin from me. You were reading that they moved 400 plus million to Prime, which indicates they may sell. Again, that could be from like a cold storage wallet to a hot wallet in case there's more selling of the ETFs, then they would have to sell the Bitcoin. That's basically how it works. PaxCat also accepts Dogecoin. How's the PopCat doing in your wallet there, PaxCat? What's the ideal price for Bitcoin? Oh my gosh. Right now, I would say 1036. 1036 is the ideal price right now. 1036. That's what I say. Maybe you want to be up a little higher, 1038, just to make sure it hits. Not financial advice. But for buying, if I was ready to buy a bunch of Bitcoin, I would set a limit order for 1038. Will it hit? Depends on how aggressive the market makers are to take out another James Wynn leverage trade. But that's what I'd be looking at. Hey, Pedro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I don't care if I blow up or not, but you can always share the stream out to other people. Share some of my videos. People who may be interested in Doge and crypto and hearing the real deal and not all the rumors, fake mistruths, or people just drawing lines on a chart because they think the magic of crypto is all in Fibonacci retracement lines and moving averages and all of that crap. I reference it just as a point of reference, but it doesn't mean a thing. It's all the news and leverage. That's it. News and leverage. A limit order on Robinhood. Sure, Red Bull. Right now, what you would do if you wanted to set a limit order, you go into your Robinhood app. Okay? I'll go into mine at the same time. Go into your Robinhood app. Scroll till you see Dogecoin. You either have it saved, you already own some maybe, so it's already there under crypto, or if you don't own any yet and you haven't saved it into one of your lists, right? You can have a crypto list with all the cryptos. I do. I've got 13 cryptos in my cryptos to watch list here. Of course, Doge is at the top. And then Bitcoin. Notice how Doge is in the green and Bitcoin is in the red. Dogecoin outperforming Bitcoin today, or at least since midnight, right? I've got ETH and Bonk and Shiba and just others that I watch. They're in my cryptos to watch list. They're really easy to add in Robinhood. That way I can go really quick to, within the Robinhood app to look at different cryptos. But let's just click on Doge. So we'll click on Doge and it'll show you the current price of Dogecoin right there on Robinhood. 1917 right now, okay? So if you want to buy or sell, there's two green buttons right there, right? So to do a limit order buy, just hit the buy button. The default up here in the right-hand corner is going to say market order. Let me get this up really big here for you, okay? Here we are. You see that up there? It says market order up there in the upper right-hand corner. Market order. You don't want to do that. You want to do a limit order, right? So what you have to do is you got to hit that little, right next to market order, there's a little down arrow. You click on that. And then there's a listing of buy orders here. And down here, there's one called limit order. They don't make it easy. They don't make it easy for you. So you click on the limit order button, and now it's going to ask you, all right, what's your limit price going to be? Let's say 0.1869. I don't know if it's going to hit 1869, but 1869, you just set the price. Now, you just have to know that on Robinhood, the price is going to have to go lower than 1869 for your 1869 to actually hit. Probably to 1859 or 1855, depending on the volume of trading at the time, in order to get that 1869 to hit. That is how Robinhood works. Okay, so try that out. Setting a limit order, that's how it works. I generally do not do market orders on Robinhood. I typically do limit orders because I'm not watching it like all the time. I set a price point to hit, I target that. That's how I work. So good luck with your limit order on Robinhood, but that's how it works. You're welcome. Can you move your Doge from a MyDoge wallet to Robinhood? Yes. So another thing you can do is in Robinhood, we'll go back to Robinhood real quick. Make myself really big again so you can see what's going on. So you go to Doge and you'll see buy and sell there, right? See that buy and sell? However, you don't want that. You want to go down a little further and you'll see send and receive. See that right there? Send and receive. Okay? You want to receive it from a MyDoge wallet because you want to move it into Robinhood. So you click that button that says receive. And this will give you your temporary wallet, because Robinhood does not have an assigned wallet for you. It's not your wallet, not your keys, not your Doge, right? And a QR code. Now you can do this on a computer and you can have the MyDoge wallet on your phone, and you could just point the MyDoge camera to that QR code, and then you don't even have to like type anything in. But you can just copy the address. And if you copy the address, it'll save it on your clipboard. And then you go into MyDoge, and then you transfer it from MyDoge. That's how that works, okay? Robinhood's pretty easy. You just have to do it once, go through the process. But yes. Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it. DW, keeping it real. Pedro, I think the best advice I've ever heard is technical analysis and looking at charts just tells you what has done in the past, not necessarily what will do in the future. Yes, I did say that. Because that's all it is. But it was almost exactly like that, Pedro. Exactly. And the heat maps, that's what it's all about when it comes to the leverage. Are the heat maps. That's what I use to trade. I follow the news, I look at the heat maps. That's it. And this thing with James Wynn here, 103,640 on Bitcoin, that's a real thing. I'm watching that. Thank you, boss. Andreas, what is the future of Doge? You know, I've had this Dogecoin channel for years. And I talk about the future of Doge often. Very often. And, you know, just follow along. Right now, it's all about the House of Doge and what they're building, the status of the upcoming Dogecoin ETFs. Is Elon going to do something now that he's no longer in the US government and he's back to Tesla and SpaceX and his other things? Is he going to start paying attention to Doge again? Is that going to come from somewhere? I don't know. I don't know what wallet IQ is. Trump viral. I'm new. I will wait for the price to hit 103. So, I mean, it might not go to 103. It might only go far enough to hit that liquidation at 103.6, which is why I say use 103.8, because that spike might only happen not quick enough for you to get your order filled. I missed the news of Trump postponing tariffs again. Yeah, again, staying up with the news, that gives you your quick reaction to whatever comes out, but there'll be more dips. It'll come. It's the 4-hour chart. Now, if you remember, on Friday, I predicted that dip right there that Bitcoin would do. It did that, went down to 103.4. I kind of think we're going to see sometime tonight, we're going to see the 103.6. Is that a guaranteed thing to happen? No, but they want to take out that long leverage trade. That's what I would see. Something like that. So I'll leave that on there. We'll explore that in tomorrow morning's video. See how that's doing. We'll see how that's doing. Right down to 103.6. I just do these things just for the heck of it. I'm just like, whatever. I'm not trading Bitcoin right now. I'm buying Doge on the dips because Dogecoin will outperform Bitcoin when the bull market continues. And then I might think about swapping some Doge over for Bitcoin or something, but I'm not buying Bitcoin right now. The Bitcoin Doge, or the Doge versus Bitcoin trading pair, is low right now. It's below that 20 line, that blue line there. It's down here at 18. That means this is the bottom of Doge versus Bitcoin, in my opinion. And when the market starts going up, Doge is going to outperform Bitcoin. So why would I be buying Bitcoin right now? I'm going to buy Doge. And then if I want Bitcoin bad enough, when this starts spiking up, Doge versus Bitcoin, maybe I'll swap some of my Doge over for some Bitcoin if I feel I want more Bitcoin. I don't know how long the Doge rally will last. I don't know what the news is going to be, but it's not going to be till the fall for sure. I will not be doing any swapping of Doge for Bitcoin before the fall. Because the summer is just going to be the summer, I think. And I think all the good stuff is coming in the fall. Now, if you remember, I called the big bull run in the fall of 2024. And I was calling that a year earlier. A year earlier in the fall of 23, if you remember. I was saying fall of 2024, guys. And we were buying Doge at 6 cents back then. And what happened in the fall of 24? And so since January 1st, I've been saying no big runs in Doge are coming until the fall of 2025. It's all based on the news. And there's no news is going to happen until then. This is just up and down daily action. No big moves yet. I know it's not what you guys want to hear. You want Doge to take off now. People are always asking, when's Doge going to take off? And I've been saying it for 6 months. Fall 2025. Am I 100% correct? Nope. I think on this one, I'm pretty darn close. And I've been very consistent about this. So, how does Bitcoin dominance look? 64.3. It was up to 64.5. Bitcoin dominance does not have to go to 70%. There's no have tos there. It didn't even have to go to 60%. It did. Ben Cowan predicted it. Everyone thought he was crazy, or most people did. But after looking back on everything that's happened, it kind of makes sense. If you think it's 100% going to go to 70%, then you should just be buying Bitcoin. And you shouldn't even be touching any other crypto. Right? So you're putting your money where your mouth is there and just buying Bitcoin. Because if you're convinced Bitcoin's going to 70% dominance, that means Bitcoin is going to be outperforming all the altcoins. 100%. All right. Good luck with your Bitcoin. I'm buying Doge. I'm buying Doge. I do not think the Fed is going to cut rates. I think they're going to still play it safe. All the uncertainty about tariffs and all of that, it's going to be another nothing burger. But everyone's going to get all upset and everyone's going to, oh, no more rate cuts. It's like, they're not going to cut rates. I know, Meggle, right? I got some $1.20 Meggle. I got $1.20 Meggle, and I have limit order set for $1.21, which is where it is now. Was that 82? Was that 82 mine that just sold for 121? Wait a second. Got to go to Webull. I got this on Webull. Was that mine? Nope. Somebody else got those 82 shares at $1.21. My limit order is still open at $1.21. Oh, somebody just bought some at $1.26. Bruce, Meggle just went up to $1.26 just now. Somebody bought 300 shares at $1.26. What are you doing, man? Messing up my strategy for buying Meggle. If you're holding long term, the price doesn't matter much. Only if you're buying more right now. You obviously want to buy for the lowest price possible to maximize your bag count of your Doge. That's what's important. But this day-to-day little price action up and down, which of course hasn't been hardly anything for the past 3 days. It's just been sideways here. Look at this. It's a 4-hour chart. And since Friday at 8 o'clock, 3 days, we're in the same place. It's just going sideways here. So that's why I say this is looking like a bottom to me. Bottom, bottom, bottom. Is that 100% guaranteed? Nope. Just looking like it to me. Bottom. Any news sources you can suggest where you can get informed about Doge? I do. I've got the best news source for Dogecoin. Andreas. It's right here. This is the news source for Doge. Is right here. I do videos in the morning. I do live streams in the afternoon, almost every day of the week. And I've got the latest news on Doge. Other Dogecoin channels will just show you charts, graphs, fib lines, reverse head and shoulders, cups and handles, like all that crap. They don't cover the news. This is where you go to get the news. Sometimes I cover other cryptos, but it's always in relation to Dogecoin. Like this James Wynn stuff, he doesn't even know what Dogecoin is, right? He's doing his thing with Bitcoin and his Moonpig thing. He probably knows what Dogecoin is. Probably doesn't hold any of that. But this kind of trade influences the market because Bitcoin, again, is 64.5% dominant. So if Bitcoin drops, Dogecoin is going to drop too. So it influences Dogecoin. So that's why I talk about some of this other stuff, because it influences Dogecoin. And this is the big news going on in crypto right now, is this guy and his big trades. All right. So video every morning, live stream every afternoon, except for Saturday afternoon when I'm with my family. Sometimes I don't make a video in the morning if nothing's going on, but typically it's every day. Doge market cap is too high. That's not how it works. But good luck with your Sheeb, Pepe, and Floki. Again, I don't mean anything bad about that. I just, the memes are not going to pass Doge, not in market cap. No. Sheeb did for one day back in 2021. I think it was in October 2021, if I recall. There was like one day where Sheeb was just going crazy and momentarily passed Dogecoin in market cap. And then Doge turned around, took it back over the next day, and that's it. There's no other meme, and they're not even coins, they're tokens, dude. They're not going to pass Dogecoin in market cap. Hey, Adam. Was driving, listening. Is there a reason that individual would do a series of leverage long bets on DEX? I don't know. Why did he spread it out over 12 bets? I have no idea. Maybe he had a max limit on that exchange. Maybe that's all the exchange would give him for that, for that token. That's the only thing I can think of. So what we're talking about, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, which, like, how dare you? But I get it. People have other stuff going on. You join in when you can. Real-time liquidations. We clicked over here on 100K, and we found all of these called DEX. DEX. So this happened about 3:20 this afternoon. And there were a series of 12 trades, all above $600,000 each. And it was done on Bybit. So this is one trader. I mean, it's not 12 different traders all gambling the same thing at the same time. I wouldn't think so. Now, maybe it was 12 different traders all doing this at the same time. Maybe it's some big trading group or something, right? It's like, oh, well, we'll go on Bybit and we'll all buy this DEX, long leverage trade it. And then what happened, as I showed the beginning of the stream, it dumped. It dumped hard. So it was up here over $14. Now it's at $9. It dumped all the way down to about $8.25. Again, their liquidation price was $12, but because the price was going down so fast, some other holders of this coin, this token, probably started selling. So that made the price go down even lower. So now down to $9. So if you were holding this thing called DEX, D-E-X-E, I don't know if it's going to get back up to $14 or not, because this huge leverage trade just took out all the liquidity of this thing. So that's where we started. And this is all about leverage. And this is an example of what can move the market, or what can move the price of an individual coin or token if there's enough leverage putting in on it. Again, there was no hack of this system. The DEX system wasn't hacked. There was no bad news about it. It was these leverage trades that caused the market maker to go, yeah, I'm going to take that out. Boom. So that's what that was about. I purposely started the stream with that on the screen just to freak some people out. Like Christoph was like, whoa, wait, is that Doge? Like, nope, that wasn't Doge. Doge just going sideways. Doge, Doge, Doge. No rate cuts. You're the best. PaxCat, of course, is the best. I know that. I deal with it every day. I know. What happened to Megal, right? All of a sudden, somebody just bought 300 shares at $1.26 and like totally messed up my limit order. How about 5,000 pounds into Doge? Let's look for the right entry. This is the news source for Doge. Thank you. Despite news, does the market follow taking leverage short and long, or does it follow the news first? If the news is big enough, the news will overtake the leverage. In other words, that guy, James Wynn, and everyone who has Bitcoin long leverage trades under 104, they could all end up winning if all of a sudden some huge news event came out about crypto and Bitcoin and everybody started buying. And the Bitcoin price goes up and all those leverage traders are going to win. The news will always overtake that. But if there's enough leverage on an individual coin, like we just saw with DEX, there's not enough overall liquidity in trading to overcome the market makers. So the market makers can dump the price and liquidate those trades. The big beautiful bill, the BBB, eliminates the requirement to report transactions of $600 or more. Wait. Eliminates the requirement to report transactions of $600 or more. I don't know about that. I'll have to look up that up, A4000. I haven't read the bill. I've seen a lot of news about it. And no one has talked about this that I've seen. I'll look at it, though. How dare you? I know, right? Messing up my plans. Messing up my plans. My Megal plans. Nobody should be messing with my Megal plans. That's how I make easy money. Megal. And that's it exactly, Monica. The market makers go after the shorts and the longs. They see them. They can take them out. And that is a huge dump on DEX. I bought some more Doge at 1884 aesthetic. Great entry price, I believe. Again, the bottom is going to be 1869, as I showed earlier. I think that's the bottom. Buy bonds. No, not the bonds. Not the bonds. No. Ryan. Yeah, right. So funny. Yeah. Pike, Mr. Rogers of the Doge Hood? Sure, I'll take it. Crash coin. Update on my Doge. I sold 60,000 for my house down payment at 22.18. Still holding 850,000 Doge. Need some advice on how to get back over 1 million Doge? Well, you just need to buy 150,000 Dogecoin. Sorry, 150,000 Dogecoin to get back to 1 million. But you got to have enough for your closing costs on your house, like all of that stuff. So I don't know if Doge is going to go lower than it is now. Are we going to get back into the 18s? Will we get back to 1869, retouch that, or is this the bottom like we were showing on this chart here? So right now it's looking, this is 3 days of sideways trading here, slightly up. This is actually it's a little bit of a slight uptick here is what this is. A little bit. So I mean, I bought on that dip, I bought on that dip, and then it dipped some more. You can't always get it right. But come October, I'll look back on that and I'll be like, those are pretty good prices. That's how I think. Can someone place a leverage long and a short at the same time? Yes. And many traders do that as a hedge. It's called a hedge. You're hedging your bet. So you win either way. So I'm not on Kick because there's not enough people there. For the time spent, I wouldn't make hardly any money for my time spent. So I'm here, YouTube. Building up a new following on a new platform, and there's just not enough people there, especially for Kick. Most people on Kick aren't following financial stuff. So, yeah, and StreamYard doesn't go to Kick. StreamYard goes to a number of different platforms, but they don't go to Kick. Thank you, Monica. Appreciate it. Don't even have 69 likes. That's pretty poor. All of this great alpha that I'm giving you guys. I mean, this is good stuff here. You don't get this anywhere else. Nobody talks like this. This is the real deal. This is the real deal here of what's going on. Buy bonds. Buy bonds. In my opinion, there's never a good time to buy bonds. You're either in the market or you're not. When you're not in the crypto market and you've got cash sitting there, just put it into interest bearing. Don't buy bonds. Just keep it as like USDC on Coinbase, gathering interest, waiting until the time comes where you want to buy back in. Not buying bonds. Bonds can still go down. Bonds are not an automatic, like, make money thing. The price of bonds can go down. Thank you for the likes. I know I can get some more of them. You're welcome. Thank you, Pike. Appreciate it. Good morning, Stoic. Where in the world are you? We've got some regulars that come in from Australia, Singapore, the Philippines. Let us know where you are if you want to. So if I want to set a limit buy on Robinhood at 1869, do I make it a little higher to cover the spread? Yeah. If the price hits 1869, most likely you won't get an order filled for anything under 1879. That's how it works. Price on Bitcoin is at 1869. The price on Robinhood might be 1879. It might be 1882, 1883. It depends on how much volatility there is at the time. It's never an exact difference. Yep. Yeah, I'm never buying bonds, Doug. I'm not a bond guy. Yeah, see? Stoic, people want to know, where in the world are you? Come here saying good morning, and this is like, oh, I wonder where that guy is. I wonder where he is. Good afternoon from North Carolina. Hello there. Would $1,000 investment Dogecoin be good, right? Waiting to see if it holds current support. Well, that's the $1,000 question right there, man. That's the $1,000 question right there. What's it going to do from here? Are we going to see another dip so you can buy on a dip, or is it just going to turn around and go higher from here? No one knows. No one knows. I mean, I do tend to think we're going to see Bitcoin do another dip. And that's just looking at the leverage stuff. There's no big news coming out, right? So I'm just looking at the leverage thing now. I'm saying, I kind of think there's going to be another dip in Bitcoin. So with that, I would say, yeah, Dogecoin's probably going to have another dip too. Probably break below 19 cents again. But there's no guarantees. So one thing you can do, the man, is with your $1,000, maybe you can make 2 trades. You make a $500 trade now, and then you save the other $500 in case it goes lower. That way, at least you're in the game with some of your money that you're ready to spend, and you've bought some. You're never going to hit the bottom. You don't know what the bottom is going to be and when it's going to happen. So the trick is to pick your moments. Again, I just kind of think Bitcoin's got another dip in it. And so Doge will dip too. At the moment, we're seeing a bit of an upswing in Bitcoin and a bit of an upswing in Doge right now. That's currently what's happening. Thank you, Pike. Appreciate it. My shite. I know my shite. I like that. James Bond. Good evening. Oh, over in Switzerland. How you doing? I should put a bond in the naughty word list, right? Add it to the naughty word list. Got a lot of words on that list. Bonds are kind of funny, though. Smart exchange routing on Robinhood. I've never heard about that for crypto. Never heard about that for crypto. Wait till November. That's what I say. Just wait till November. Oh yeah, none of this is financial advice, of course. But yeah, this thing about like, if you've got £1,000, dollars, whatever to spend, it doesn't have to be all in one trade. Another 4th of July dip this year. Of course you would bring up my foot. Wasn't that funny though? That was hilarious. I just happened to be in my bare feet that day. I don't know why I did that. That was kind of silly, but there it is. Hey, Ely, is that the same or different to keep the money for interest on Robinhood or Coinbase? For Robinhood, you have to join Robinhood Gold, and that's like $3 a month you pay for that. On Coinbase, you don't have to pay to hold USDC in an interest-bearing account. I think the more you trade, the better your interest rate is, though. So if you barely trade any, you get the minimum interest. But if you're a very heavy trader on Coinbase, you get a better interest on the USDC you hold. Something like that. We will be doing more than smiling when Doge hits $1 aesthetic. It'll be more than just a smile. Doge isn't going anywhere. Well, good luck with you. You're into Megal? I am too. I'm into Megal as well. I got some at $1.29, and then I got more at $1.20, and I have an open order for more at $1.21. But that hasn't hit yet. I'm accumulating Megal for the next big Megal run. For those that don't know what Megal is, it's just a crappy Chinese company that has a stock that you can trade. Total low liquidity. Nothing happens for a long time. Tends to drift down in price. It's in the buy zone now of what I call the buy zone. And then someday, later this month or next month or at some point in time, it's going to go crazy. It's going to go up back to $2. Who knows? I won't do that again until Doge hits $1. That's right, Monica. Unless I'm drinking again and feeling goofy and I actually happen to be in bare feet. Is it your birthday, Charlotte? Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Hope all is well over there in Manchester. Why not start a rumor Dogecoin going to hit $1 on a certain date? Is Doge going to Solana? No. Somebody on the Solana side is saying that you can essentially create a wrapped Doge on Solana, and it's not Dogecoin. And you can earn yield on your wrapped Doge on Solana. Dogecoin is a proof of work cryptocurrency. There is no yield to be earned on Doge. If you send your Doge to these guys on Solana, whatever that thing was called, I don't remember the name of it now, you're risking your Dogecoin. You are risking it on some third party who's going to give you yield. Remember Voyager, right? Voyager was going to give you yield, right? You were going to make interest on your Doge. And what happened to Voyager? What happened to Celsius? Same thing. 2022 was a tough year, man. That was tough. Took those out. BlockFi. You could earn interest on your Bitcoin on BlockFi. Gone. Are you really going to send your Dogecoin to this third-party company on Solana? Dumb. For Doge to hit $1, Sheeb and Pepe would need to pump big. No, Doge can go to $1 without Sheeb and Pepe. Doge doesn't need those, guy. If I buy at 1869, can I set 1870 price target? If you think it's going to go down there, yeah, but not on Robinhood. On Coinbase, if you set 1870, when the price hits 1870, your limit order will fill. But on Robinhood, it would not. It would have to go down to like 1859 in order to get an 1869 limit order to hit. It's generally like 0.001, sometimes 0.0012, sometimes 0.0015. I've never seen it less than 0.001 difference. Happy birthday, Charlotte. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And here's my happy birthday to you, Charlotte.
All eyes on Doge. Big run up to the moon. Whew. Doge still going up. All eyes on Doge. Still big run up. To the moon. Keep going up. Going up. All eyes on Doge.
Dogecoin, upward movement in
Doge.
Dogecoin,
All eyes on Doge.
Dogecoin, upward movement in
Doge.
Dogecoin, 42.69.
All eyes on Doge.
Dogecoin.
Are you dancing around your house? I'll bet Monaco is up dancing. No need for emotions in this game, just patience. Yep. Some Doge cake. There are too many meme coins. You're right. Way too much money spread out, much of which is in meaningless, worthless tokens. Agreed. Dogecoin, 1932, slowly building. A little bit of an uptrend here over the past few days, but it's small. But again, if it's going to bottom, it's going to bottom somewhere. So why not here? 1869, bottom. Yeah, Matt, the limit order thing, I get it. How am I supposed to punch the numbers in? You want to take profit and the price is good, or you're just going to hit the sell button, call it good. Yes, you can do that. Yeah, you can just do market orders and that's it. Some people like to do limit orders because, let's say overnight, you want to be able to catch some at a low price in case it dips. Right? So let's say you go to bed tonight and Doge is around 19 cents, but Kriss said it might go down to 18.8 or 18.7, right? So why don't I just set a limit order for 18.8, right, overnight while I'm sleeping. And if it dips down there overnight, the Asian market is going to dump the market, right? Then it'll hit while you're sleeping. That's what limit orders are good for. Stuff like that. You can't argue with that guy, Ryan. Can't argue with him. Ha ha ha. Happy feet. I know. He's just going to continue to just be a troll. All eyes on Doge. We only talk about VP when it's something specific about Doge. Otherwise, not interested. I just think he's got a negative attitude, but he gets a lot of people following him. So we have that. Folks holding 2.3 million Doge. Nice bag. That is a nice bag. Nope. Nope. Not from here, it won't. If ETH goes to 6K this cycle, Doge easy 80 cents. Yeah, if ETH starts moving up like that, more than doubles in price, Doge will be on a big run. Absolutely. Oh, come on, folks. You're not going to do some big leverage trade with your Doge? Come on, you could ride it up. 40x, come on. 40x leverage trade. You can easily double your stash. You could have 5 million Doge. No. Don't do it. That would be dumb. Yeah, not going to make it. I mean, yeah, if the whole market is going up, Pepe will go up and Sheeb will go up, but they're not going to outperform Dogecoin like 10 to 1. That's not going to happen. You used to watch VP? Depressed. Exactly. That's the word. And it's like he does all this talking about Dogecoin. He doesn't even own any. It's just like, what's the deal? Well, and that's why Doge isn't dead, right? And Doge isn't going to zero, right? It's kind of one of the OGs now. Been around for 10 years. And there's no doubt Pepe has a big community behind it. Sheeb has a big community behind it, right? Two of the other, biggest meme tokens out there. There's no doubt a lot of tokens have done very well. But that doesn't mean from here they're going to go 10x. It doesn't mean that at all. So I get your talk about the market cap stuff, but come on, man. But yeah, you've said your piece. We got it. You don't have to keep saying it over and over. We got it, dude. Good luck with your Pepe and your sheep. Good luck. I want everybody to make money. I don't want everybody to lose, but don't come on here and just be like crapping on Dogecoin promoting your stupid tokens. That's all I'm saying. You didn't miss out on much last week, lower fifth, because I was in Las Vegas at the Bitcoin conference, representing Doge at the Bitcoin conference. So I didn't do any live streams last week until Friday after I got home. So you didn't miss out. Although Sunday was one of my best live streams and most people missed it. Really. It was one of my best live streams ever, was Sunday's live stream. It was called Doge. Let me get this out of the way here. It was called Doge BTC ETH Leverage Liquidations right here. Watch the first 20 minutes of that live stream. I was on a roll. And that's what it's all about. The first 20 minutes of this live stream that I did on Sunday. Doge BTC ETH Leverage Liquidations. Watch that one if you missed it. One of my best. Explained it all. And I have been very successful trading when it comes to news and liquidations, following the heat maps, following the news, what's going on. I've been very successful. I don't do fib retracement lines. I don't follow a 50 SMA or EMA or 100 or 200 or 5 or 563. It doesn't matter. All those TA guys make up lines to fit their narrative. It doesn't matter. It just is what it is. It's June 1st. You wanted a dip? We got a dip. And there you go. Rigged. Yes, Charlotte, exactly. If you go 50-50 on the long and short, then you can worry. Other than that, we're like 80-20 on the longs. Yeah, between 75 and 80. More people betting on longs than shorts right now. Thank you, Adam. May did finish up in the green. Yes, DB. I've got it right here. So, Dogecoin up 11.7 in May, ended green. And so far, June is up 0.44%. Also green. Look at that. We could have 3 green months in a row, and you guys don't even know it. You're all depressed. You're all depressed about Dogecoin. Oh, Dogecoin. Yeah, green in April, green in May, and now we're in June, and we're in the green, and everyone's all depressed. And again, June has not had a green Dogecoin month for 8 years. Not since 2016. It's been 8 consecutive years of red. To start off, we're in the green. I'll take it. A day and a half in. I'll take it. I like green better than red. Bobo, what's the maximum price for Doge this cycle? I got a video for you to watch. Search under my channel under my 2025 Dogecoin price prediction. In other words, I give my whole price prediction for the year. The fall is still coming, and I tell you what I think could be the maximum price for Dogecoin in that video. So go watch that. Who's depressed? Oh, I know, Ryan. Those of us who just dollar cost average, just buy, believe in Dogecoin, know where this is going. Not depressed. But yet, there are many who are. And I feel it. I hear it. See it in the comments. I get it. Should have sold at 48 back in December. If that's the mentality you're going to have, you're not going to make it. You haven't been paying attention. That's right. Bruce always has a guy for that. Exactly. Bruce has a guy for that. Someday, I may need to hit Bruce up on his guy, right? For something. It's like, I need a guy, Bruce. I need a guy. That's good. That's good. Let's see what this James guy is up to now. Did you see that he posted a wallet for donations? And he's just like, what? Nope, he hasn't posted in a while. Still 103.6 liquidation price. 103.612. That's his Bitcoin leverage trade liquidation price is right there. 103.612. So we'll see whether tonight there's a dip to take this thing out. That is what I'm waiting to see. We covered the Bitcoin ATMs earlier. We covered the stupid Jerome Powell rumor, which was just stupid, dumb. James Wynn, Bitcoin, more of a store of value. Here I talk about Dogecoin, dropped to 18.8 on a big Doge leverage trade that got wiped out this morning. $347,000 trade on Doge at 18.8 got liquidated, which is why Dogecoin dropped to 18.8 this morning to liquidate that trade. That's what happened. LOL. Doge is dead. Aussie, how are you? Good morning. Massive cup and handle. Love those cups and handles. except when the cup breaks or the handle breaks and it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, which is about half the time. I've seen enough cup and handles to know. Right? If you donate to a degen gambler, where does that money go? I can't believe it. Tom Crown was just like, what is this guy doing? Posting a wallet to take donations? And yet he's doing $100 million leverage trades. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Oh. But you know, this guy's getting a lot of attention. He's now got 320,000 followers on X. And this Moonpig thing of his, people are buying it. They all want to be near him. So he is getting a lot of coverage. But then to print if you want to fight the market making cabal and support me, send USDC to this address. And he posts this wallet. It's like, what? So I'm going to give you money to fight against the market makers? What? No. I like my money. Thank you very much. I'm not going to send you anything. Funny thing is, there will be people that donate. Yep. People will do it. I can think of a lot better causes to donate to than that. Lucifer's been around. Lucifer was here over the weekend. But Raiden, have not heard from him. But Lucifer was in on the weekend. You're good with 100, 200% gains? It's not bad. We'll probably go higher. He's going to learn the hard way that playing the FAFO game in the Matrix, not a great plan. That's why I still think we're going to see 103.6 for Bitcoin. Probably tonight. Is for that reason alone. Effing around and effing out, right? You find out. That's why I drew this little line here. Let's get the Bitcoin chart up. Come on. That's why I drew that. Because I think we're going to go right to that level. And he's going to find out again. And he can bitch and complain all he wants about it, but it's just the way crypto is. It's like they hold the cards, you don't. They can see your trades. They know exactly where your liquidation price is. The weekly cup and handle played out. So if the 6-month does as well, we'll all be rich, except those that bought the top. Yeah, Maul, he's being stupid. If he just quietly did his trades, he might have a better chance of making it. But because he's being so open about it and he's getting all this attention and everybody's posting about it, everybody's talking about it, it gets even more attention. Which is why I'm convinced he's going to get liquidated again. That's just dumb. Dumb. Doge will not go to $12. Too big of a market cap. Will it even make it to $1? That's the question you should be asking. Let's see if we can get to $1 first, which is going to be hard enough. That would be a $144 billion market cap, which is big. So Raiden's, yeah. Raiden's trying to get his gold card. What was it, $1 million? Is that what a gold? I don't remember what a gold card costs. Was it $1 million? Yeah. The only way to get in to the United States. That's right. He can lose that donated money too. Yay, JC, you made it. Glad you can make it during the live. We're having fun today. Doge just kind of chilling, going sideways, slightly up, a little bit up. There still may be one more dip, but I think we're bottoming out. 1869 was our low. That might be it. Basama Rajama. What a great name. Basama Rajama. You're trading prop forms with Doge. Good luck. Yeah, here, fishy, fishy. Exactly. Oh. What is my next buy order? I don't have one right now on Doge. I have one on Megal, my stock buy order. $1.21 on Megal. And that's just because it's on Webull and they don't have crypto on Webull. That's over on Webull Pay, and that money's on Webull, and I've just been trading that, building a little stash, doing stock swing trading, stuff like that on Webull. I made my buy here. My last buy was 1965, right there on that dip. And that's because I got paid on Friday, May 30th, and that was my end of May paycheck. I don't get paid again until June 15th. So I have no buys. This was buying back in after a swing trade here, was what this one was. Here on the 28th. That was buying back in on a swing trade. Sold up in the 23s, bought back in the 21s. Good swing trade. I didn't know this dump was going to happen. Otherwise, I would have waited. Oh, I should have waited. No shoulda, woulda, couldas on this channel. Sorry. We don't do that here. You make the best decision you can at the time, you execute it, and you live with it. If something like this happens and it goes down lower, you don't say I should have or I would have or I could have. You say, okay, what am I going to do now? And what I did was I bought more. Below 20 cents in the 19s. I thought, yeah, that's a pretty good dip. It dipped a little further, but where Doge is going from here, it won't matter. In my opinion, it won't matter. You just get a little more Doge, the lower price you buy at, obviously, right? You want to build up your bag, right? Build up your stash. As much Doge as you can for what's eventually going to happen. But I don't get paid again until June 15th. So in 2 weeks, we'll see where we are. So I'm not buying anymore right now. I'm also not selling, and I have no plans on a swing trade. If Dogecoin just shot up to 25 cents, though, really fast, I would probably swing trade some. Probably another like 50,000 Doge or something. That's what I did last time. That was a 50,000 Doge sell and rebuy. Got more Doge out of it. So I might do something like that. But I don't have any cash on the sidelines right now to buy in big amounts. I've got a little bit of my buying power there, but yeah, so this is the theory, wild man, that James Wynn here is actually in bed with the exchange. That there's a deal going on between Hyperliquid and James. James Wynn, and that this is all a game for show. That's not really his money, right? It's Hyperliquid's money that he's using, and Hyperliquid people are trading on that platform now, and the hype price has gone up on the hype token, and all of that could be just a big marketing stunt. Who knows? Who knows? It's 5 million for a gold card. 5 million. Wow, Raiden has a long way to go to get to 5 million. You think there'll be another dip? So do I. I think there'll be another dip. Imre, you are right. It's going to surprise us all when it starts to pump. Most likely when you least expect it. Folks has a birthday in 2 weeks. Hopefully we celebrate. And if the prices are high, fine. I'm fine with it. I don't have to buy more Doge on that day. Regianomics. If we break support, I can probably find like 4 other numbers that are the next support based on where it's traded in the past. But I'm calling bottom here, 1869. Same with UD. Have to wait until the 13th of June. I know. Why doesn't he just start putting out big shorts, right? That's what he should do. Some are thinking he's got some hedges, some hedge bets, shorting, but he hasn't talked about that. I have no idea who this guy is and whether any of it is real or not. I mean, it's real. He is doing screenshots from a Hyperliquid account here. I mean, that's an actual account. And there's the liquidation price. So, I mean, that's a real screenshot. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that all plays out. Hey, Sean, how are you? Short-term leverage drives the market. That is it. 15, 15.6, yeah, could be. When's the last time Doge was at those prices? $15. So that was, yeah, mid-April. But some could point to this 17-cent line here as being support. I mean, there was a whole lot of trading there for a whole week, right there at 17 cents. So what makes 15 cents support and not 17? There was a whole lot of trading there. 17 cents. That's your next support line. But I'll watch this right now. Not validated, no link. I mean, he's got a oh, he used to have, he got rid of it. He used to have an affiliate link here. He got rid of it. That's interesting, right here on his profile, it used to have this hyperliquid.app James Wynn affiliate link, and it's now gone. Interesting. Maybe they cut him off. Maybe they cut him off. But yeah, that used to have an affiliate link there. Because he's like screaming at the market makers, maybe they cut him off. That means he's not in bed with them. That's what I would take that to mean. He's not in bed with them. They don't like what he's saying about the market makers. So, yep, there went his affiliate link. Gone. He's not really Neo. Oh, come on, man. He just looks so much like him. Or James Bond, even. I bet he's more of a James Bond type than a Neo type. I'm boring today. I've been going on for almost 2 hours. Just not a lot happening today. It's sideways market. Tough to be really exciting in a total sideways market. Hey, look, I've given you this slight upward support. Look at that. Look at that. Upward support. And if I squeeze it tight enough, it looks even better, right? Look at that. Now it's going up. Look at, woo! Hey, we got a bottom somewhere, right? We got a bottom somewhere, and I'm calling the bottom. I'm calling it. 1869. 1869. I mean, we can talk about Trader Allen and all his pretty charts. He got lots of pretty colors. Crypto Rover, Permabull, everything's up with him. He has lots of followers on X, lots of followers on YouTube. And it's just up, up, up. Ask the 8 ball if this is the bottom. Danny, look what I got right here. The Magic 8 ball. Hey, Magic 8 ball, if we got a question for you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Doug, that's what she said. We're going up. The best financial advisor there is, of course, is KrissPax's Magic 8 ball, made in China. But hey, Magic 8 ball was 1869 the low. Is it the bottom? Bottom. Let's see what the Magic 8 ball says. It is certain. It is certain. The Magic 8 ball says it is certain. 1869. What's the bottom? We're going up now. Magic 8 ball. All hail the Magic 8 ball. All hail the Magic 8 ball. Eight ball never lies. Mark my words. Imagine online articles mentioning crypto expert KrissPax and his Magic 8 ball. I have to admit, Charlotte, I did steal the idea. I did steal the Magic 8 ball idea. Does anybody know who I stole it from? Anybody remember? Guy who's like vanished into thin air. He used to do Magic 8 Balls. Nope. Nope. Yes, Ryan. Ryan gets it. It was the Roaring Kitty. Keith did the Magic 8 Ball for his GameStop stuff. The kitty. And where is the kitty now? Whatever happened to him? Whatever happened to Roaring Kitty? Roaring Kitty. Last post was January 22nd, and it was the poor dog sitting outside the pizza shop. That was his last post. The poor dog sitting outside the pizza shop. Through rain, through snow. Waiting, 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 waiting. Poor puppy dog. So what does the dog do? He goes to sleep. That's it. Poor dog. That's the last we heard of Roaring Kitty. Roaring Kitty is not Vlad from Robinhood. It's a guy named Keith from right here in Massachusetts who went all in on GameStop before GameStop went crazy. Keith Gill, if I recall. That name is like Keith Gill. Real guy, made a movie about it. It's a real deal. Right now, I'm the dog. Even Pax Cat says the Roaring Kitty is gone. Pax Cat took him out. Yeah. He's offline gathering cash for Doge. I don't know if there was some kind of deal that was done. I mean, he had so much GameStop stock that somehow he's involved with GameStop. Or there was also this other deal with was it Petco? And then this is a reference to that. By doing the dog thing, because I think it was Petco. Oh no, but he dropped the dog. That's right. He posted this, which was the Toy Story thing where he dropped the dog. So I think that was his goodbye to that. But he was still a huge GameStop stock owner. So yeah. Doge is not mooning. Doge is just slowly coming out of its bottom. No, it wasn't Vlad. Vlad was just making his Robinhood app. He made that app in 2018. Something like that. Yeah, it was a good movie. What was the name of that again? I forget. Roaring Kitty movie. No, not that. Dumb Money. That's the name of it. Dumb Money. Good movie. Yep. Gotcha, Parker. I've seen that movie twice now. That was worth seeing again. That was good. But yeah, Keith Gill was the guy. Roaring Kitty. Miss that guy. He was a lot of fun. Hey, Will, welcome. How are you? Yeah, not dumb money, great money. For those that were in on that GameStop ride, you made a lot of money. Hope you sold out at the top or near the top. I've made money on GameStop on a couple runs, did some swing trades. I did all right. Not a lot. It wasn't a huge amount of shares. I made a lot more Tesla stock. And I make slow and steady gains on Megal, but Megal right now is not helping stupid traders. It's like when you're sitting at a blackjack table, right? And somebody hits on the stupid, like they're like at 17 and they hit, and it's just like, what are you doing? It's either showing a 5 and you're hitting on a 7. It's like dumb. It's like, what are you doing? You don't mess up the whole table. Kind of feels like that. The top 3 finance movies: The Wolf of Wall Street, The Big Short, and Dumb Money. Agreed. 100%. Absolutely 100% with all 3 of those. Made $50. Woohoo! Ride! Big roller on that GameStop. Woohoo! Hey, it's better than losing $50, right? Because a lot of people lost a lot more. They bought at the top. They bought at the top. You can take a look at that. GME. Right now, it's futzing around $30. But man, you go to the weekly and you go back to 2021, up over $100, and then it came crashing all the way back down to $10. Made a second run up to $80, came crashing back to $30, made another run up to $80, crashed back to $40. I mean, just like crazy. Crazy trading on this stock, just nuts. And the prices were more. They did the split right here. There was a split, 4-to-1 split that happened. So that $100 was actually $400 at the time. But they did a 4-to-1 split here in 2022. So that's all been adjusted. But here's where I made mine. Swing trading was here last year. This is when I was doing all that swing trading. The Roaring Kitty. This was all Roaring Kitty stuff. Crazy. GameStop went all the way up to $60 and all the way back down to $20. That was Roaring Kitty, making those silly videos and so much hype there. So yeah, I made a little money riding that. What's it going to do from here? Do not know. Aha, the Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, Daddy. Millions of coins soaking up liquidity. Yeah, Sean, that's all right. I like to live dangerously. His other quote was, I like the stock. For that, I like the stock. That's it. I like the stock. If Doge instantly rose 8% or more, would that present a buying opportunity right now? If Doge instantly rose 8%, that's when you would want to short it and maybe sell some for a swing trade. If it instantly rose 8%, because that would move up too far too fast. We don't want those sudden kind of moves for Doge. I like slow and steady, much better. Like it's doing right now. Much, much better. Keeps Doge off the radar. Just slow and steady gains. I'll take that. I want to be the tortoise, not the hare. Win the long game. Alts are kind of moving. Not just Doge, really. Don't burst my bubble. I like the project. We're not going to 25 today, 40 cal. No. If we got to 20, that would be awesome. But is ETH moving? Yeah, ETH is going up. Look at that. Look at that. Algorand's going up. Solana, well, Solana's still recovering from a bigger dip. Cardano going up. H bar going up. Even Sheep going up. Yes, even Sheep. And Pepe probably too. Yep. So everything's going up now. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, I said a bottom, didn't I? Anything's possible. That's right. Anything's possible. Somewhat unlikely today, though. Somewhat unlikely. It's a kangaroo season, exactly. It definitely is right now. Bouncy, bouncy. 40 cal to 26 this week. I would love it if it did it. Not expecting it. Too soon to go up that high. It would need some big news thing coming out, but nothing like that coming up so fast. But getting back over 20 cents would be great. We can get over 20, retest it as support, and then move up higher. Remake 20 cents as new support. That would be good. Yeah, I know, 40 cal. WIF as well, going up? Sure. I'm sure WIF is going up too. Yep, they're all doing the same thing. WIF, Sheep, Pepe, probably Bonk as well. Don't want to leave Bonk out, right? Yep. So it doesn't matter. They're all good right now. Hope you bought on the dips. I don't know. It just felt like a bottom to me. There was no fib line. There was no golden pocket. There was nothing telling me that. There is no favorite meme besides Doge. There's only Doge. I've held some Pepe. I made money on it. I did a swing trade. I've held Sheep. I made some money on it. That was a long swing trade. And I made a lot of money on Bonk, but I'm not buying them back. Only Doge. Fartcoin, you can add Fartcoin to the list. It's probably going up as well. Am I buying it? Am I buying it? Nope. I'm not buying it. No, I'm not doing as well. Fartcoin's still in the red on the day. It dropped a lot more overnight. Bigger drop. Starting to recover though, but it's still red on the day. So where Doge is in the green. We like that, which also means that it's green, still green for the month. We like that. Green. Yeah. So we'll be watching that throughout the month. See if we get a green month of June. Oh yeah, you sell in fear on the red candles and you buy at the top on the green candles. Of course. Gas fees are high on Fartcoin. Those gas fees, they're a killer. They are a killer. All right, gang, that's what we got for today. Look, I think we bottomed. We'll see. There's still this trade out there. Bitcoin's now up over 105, but I still think there's a chance of this thing happening because of James Wynn, so-called James Wynn guy, 1036. So we'll see whether that happens or not. Be live again tomorrow. If this thing just keeps going up, though, and we've bottomed, I'll be happy with that. I hope everyone has a great Monday. We'll see you next time.
Dogecoin, which started as a complete joke, has like skyrocketed to not a joke anymore. It hit an all-time high of almost 10 cents yesterday, but it was so minuscule you wouldn't have understood why you have millions of shares.
Didn't Elon tweet that too?
And arguably, the most entertaining outcome and the most ironic outcome would be that Dogecoin becomes the currency of Earth in the future.